So what is this channel about? Well, we're going to talk about topics related to vendor expense management, especially telecom expense management. And the goal is to help make sure that every single dollar spent on your business adds value. So go into a bit more detail. A lot of companies spend a lot of money on vendor expenses, especially vendor services, and we'll be focusing primarily on vendor services. And they don't often have a way to make sure that that money is being spent in a way which actually benefits the company. And we've discovered that a lot of times people spend money on services which they're not using, or on billing errors, or they're not getting the best rates. And there are different things which the vendors aren't going to tell them about. And this will help them save money. And we're also going to talk about sort of general business topics. As I've worked with over 100 different companies, I've noticed that a lot of firms don't have good ways of understanding all the time, where their money comes from, how the money's spent, what the relationship is between things driven by customers and expenditures. And they don't know necessarily if their vendor spending is meeting business needs and what business needs are consuming those vendor dollars. Often they look at things as sort of a big bucket, and just sort of all the money comes in and all the money goes out, and they don't necessarily have a good way of understanding what generated the money, and then which customers were served by that money. Is they don't always necessarily understand the business model on all their deals, or in a kind of granular fashion. So we're going to talk about all sorts of topics relating to vendor management and business, and good costs and bad costs, and how to make sure you're minimizing costs and increasing profits, or you have more money to spend on other things in your budget which are important to you. A lot of complaints we hear too, that so many people, there's just not enough money for all the new things which are out there because they're spending so much money on legacy costs. And some of those legacy costs are certainly important, but if you can find a way to painlessly reduce costs and get the same level of service from your vendors, why not do it? So that's what we're going to talk about. What are good ways to do that?